Hey guys, welcome back to Auggie and me. Today we are reading the Julian chapter. The chapter within that we're reading is titled Dr. Jansen's Office. Starts on page 39 and goes to page 40. I don't know how the heck Mr. Tishman found out about them. I don't think Jack or Auggie would have been dumb enough to rat on me, because they have started leaving me notes in my locker too. I mean, how stupid would you have to be to rat someone out about something that you were doing too? So, here's what happened. A few days before the fifth grade nature retreat, which I was totally looking forward to, Mom got a phone call from Dr. Jansen, the headmaster of Beecher Prep. He said he wanted to discuss something with her and Dad and asked for a meeting. Mom assumed it probably had to do with Mr. Tishman and that maybe he was getting fired, so she was actually kind of excited about the meeting. They showed up for the appointment at 10 a.m., and they were waiting in Dr. Jansen's office when all of a sudden they see me walking into the office too. Miss Rubin had taken me out of class, asked me to follow her, and brought me there. I had no idea what was up. I had never even been to the headmaster's office before, so when I saw Mom and Dad there, I looked as confused as they looked. "What's going on?" Mom said to Miss Rubin before Miss Rubin could say anything. Mr. Tishman and Dr. Jansen came into the office. Everyone shook hands and they were all smiles as they greeted one another. Miss Rubin said she had to go back to the class, but that she would call Mom and Dad later to check in. This surprised Mom. I could tell she started thinking that maybe this wasn't about Mr. Tishman getting fired after all. Then Dr. Jansen asked us to sit on the sofa opposite his desk. Mr. Tishman sat down in the chair next to us, and Dr. Jansen sat behind his desk. "Well, thank you so much for coming, Melissa and Jules," Dr. Jansen said to my parents. It was strange hearing him call them by their first names. I knew they all knew each other from being on the board, but it sounded weird. "I know how busy you are, and I'm sure you're wondering what this is all about." "Well, yes," said Mom, but her voice drifted off. Dad coughed into his hand. "The reason we asked you here today is because, unfortunately," Dr. Jansen continued, "we have a serious matter on our hands, and we'd like to figure out the best way to resolve it. Julian, do you have any inkling of what I might be talking about?" He looked at me. I opened my eyes wide. "Me?" I snapped my head back and made a face. "No." Dr. Jansen smiled and sighed at me at the same time. He took off his glasses. "You understand," he said, looking at me. "We take bowling very seriously at Beecher Prep. There's a zero tolerance for any kind of bowling. We feel that every single one of our students deserves the right to learn in a caring and respectful atmosphere." "Excuse me, but can anyone tell me what's going on here?" Mom interrupted, looking at Dr. Jansen impatiently. "We obviously know the mission statement at Beecher Prep." "How?" "We practically wrote it." "Let's cut to the chase. What's going on?" That wraps up that chapter. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and if you did, hit that like button, and I will see you next time.